Ryan, I was watching it was the Bills Dolphins game recently. A little Sunday Night Football action. That's how you know I'm back home. You know, I'm back watching football. It's a good time. But we have yet another marketing kind of what I would define as a mishap. I don't know. You let me know what you think. I saw this kind of sign in the stadium. It was on the Jumbotron, and it was for kind of a donation bank. And it said, you wouldn't root against the home team. So why would you give blood that doesn't stay local? And I look, I don't know if I've ever given blood. I'll say that. But I would say there's quite a few reasons to not necessarily keep your blood low. I mean, if I'm giving blood, I don't really care where it's going as long as it's helping somebody.
I feel like that's not in the spirit of giving blood.
It's like, this feels weirdly...
I don't know that we need competition between our blood providers.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. Yeah, they've got like a competition who can rack up the most blood.
Obviously, there's not enough blood to go around, but
Right.
I'm not sure that there needs to be subtle jabs through marketing campaigns either.
Yeah, this is how Civil War breaks out. Is we've got, different
Don't
cities.
give your blood to the Red Cross.
Right.
Who knows what they'll do with it?
Yeah, don't
Like,
give your...
what are they doing with my blood?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I guess, I don't know what's going on in Buffalo. They've gone vampire mode. I brought up vampire mode. I don't know if you knew
Are you
about
referring
this
to
or
the
not.
vampire sneeze? Vampire cough?
Dude, I didn't even make that connection. I'll be honest.
That's another thing that vampires do. So
That's going crazy up in Buffalo, actually.
yeah.
They love doing that kind of sneeze. No, I brought it up actually because of Goblin Mode. Have you heard of Goblin Mode?
I've heard of Goblin Mode.
Okay. I am not super familiar, and I don't know if you know this or not, but Goblin Mode is the Oxford Dictionary Word of the Year.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I did not know it was that popular.
I've kind of heard about it, but not really. And definitely not from an official source like Oxford. I don't know. I think this is maybe the sign that I'm going full in on Merriam-Webster. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know about you, but
I don't know that it's that popular. I've certainly heard it being used colloquially. I'm not sure that I've ever heard it, like you said, been used in an official context
yeah,
to merit it being the word of the year.
Yeah,
Not
I guess
to mention it's two words.
Yes,
together.
exactly. It's
and
not
I've never
even
seen
a
it
word.
hyphenated. So
It's not hyphenated. It's spaced out. This is not a word. Okay, this is a phrase. If you want phrase of the year, maybe I'll grant you that. Maybe not even. I don't know. But I just I had to look up what it meant because I guess it's like you just kind of don't really care about your appearance. You kind of like indulge in kind of hedonistic pleasures is what I've seen.
That's when you realize this phrase applies to yourself. And
Yeah. I'm always going Goblin Mode. So I love this as word of the year.
I can't remember a time I myself have used a phrase. A phrase I have used recently is maybe similarly Sicko Mode.
Sicko. Oh no. Watch out.
Because
Sicko Mode.
I've been sick.
Right.
Recently.
Yes.
So
That's what I heard. You had a little struppy throat.
Yeah.
Didn't love that, but I said it.
People don't usually say it like that.
Yeah, no, I can see why.
I did say that, but it turns out I was wrong.
Oh.
And listen, hey, I'll be the first to say it, and I have said it multiple times on this podcast. I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And I don't claim to be one.
Good.
So I thought I had strep throat. I was showing a lot of symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
I even looked at the chart. There was a chart on this website that I looked
It's like, do you think you have it? Yes, no.
It
It's
said,
like, you
yeah,
probably
do you have strep throat? Do you have the cold? Do you have a terminal illness?
Okay, sure.
And I was going through all the symptoms, and it seemed like strep throat.
Right.
I also looked at
those three.
the flu, RSV, COVID table,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't look like any of those.
Okay.
It did not look like I had respiratory syncytial virus. So
one of my faves that I've gotten this year, I would say.
So I was all in on the strep throat and thinking that I need some antibiotics.
Right. You were betting the over on strep throat.
I was. I went all in and I lost all of my money.
Oh no.
They should really disallow gambling on medical illnesses.
Yeah. That's really adding insult to illness right there.
Yeah.
Injury financially. So
for the first time in my student career, I went to the University Health Center.
Wow. Taking advantage. I've been at least once a year.
At least once a year.
I go in there.
Sick boy.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm trying to be an anti-sick boy because I go in there, I get my flu shot. So I've never actually. Okay. Well, hey, I think I have been in there. No, wait, that was also for a shot. Okay, never mind. Just for shots. I'm taking shots at the UHC. But how was your experience there?
I'd never been in there before.
It's pretty nice.
I'll say that right out the gate. It's a very nice building.
Yeah, especially compared to
the one
I might
go there more often. I might be sick more often.
Yeah,
because it's a really nice building. It's nicer than probably 80% of buildings on campus because they want to make you feel better since you're probably sick if you're going in.
Yeah. Yeah, they do make you walk a ways, or in your case, drive. I guess you're off campus, but
thankfully there's some patient parking.
Okay.
There's some parking reserved just for the sickly people.
Yeah.
So I parked in one of those and went in for my appointment. Got to fill out all these health details. I'm getting flashbacks to like the eye doctor. I'm getting flashbacks to episode 2.
Early days.
Where I had to fill out health info and all this stuff. Half of it I don't even know, so I'm just circling random guessing stuff. I mean, guess there's obviously right answer, so I'm just guessing. And
you're like Googling, do I have a family history of liver disease?
Fill all that out. And they gave me a nice little care package.
Okay.
At least that's what it said on there. It was a health center care package. It had...
Was it just the drugs
chamomile
that they prescribed?
Tea. Yeah, it was the prescribed drugs.
Yeah.
But they wrapped it up all nice.
Yeah.
It was like chamomile tea and like incense and like...
Whoa.
All this other stuff.
They're hitting you with the essential oils. Okay.
Hand sanitizer and whatnot.
Are you a big tea guy?
No. I haven't actually opened the care package, but it was the thought that counts.
We really appreciate that. Yeah, we really appreciate that.
I wasn't even going to take one, but the lady at the front desk, she said, go on, take it. Go on. You look sick. Take it. You know you want it. I don't really want it, but I don't want to be rude.
You on.
She was really nice, so I took it. And I did then try to just leave it at the table where I was sitting. But then when the nurse came out to get me, he was like, oh, don't forget your care package. So, oh, thank you. I did almost forget that.
Oh,
thank you so much. I appreciate
what would
that.
Happen?
So I grabbed it. Mm-hmm. Still haven't opened it. Yeah. Anyway, nurse comes and gets me. I'm describing all my symptoms to this man. Mm-hmm. And he's thinking, this doesn't sound like strep throat. I'm going to be honest. I said, hey, you're the nurse.
Yeah.
But can we just do the strep throat test?
Yeah. Hey, can we just go through that matrix one more time? Can
we do the rapid test?
Yeah.
So we're pulling out a strep throat rapid test.
Sure.
And we do that. Very uncomfortable, by the way. Do not do one.
I
shouldn't have done one
once
because I didn't have strep throat.
Looking back, I do regret that.
I do.
If I have one regret from my college experience, it's doing that rapid test.
And then the doctor comes in, and he's saying that I have the flu.
Okay.
He's like, I'm pretty sure you have the flu. We didn't do a flu test, but he was like 90% sure. He said it's looking pretty viral.
Okay. You're going viral.
That did not sound. I don't think he used it in like the good way. Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan, pretty sure he meant it in a negative context.
Because you're on viral right now.
He did post the footage of me getting checked out on TikTok. Say this guy's got the flu.
He's got the Sicko Mode sound going on in the background.
So after he diagnosed me with the flu, he prescribed me some medicine. I got some Sudafed.
Okay.
If you're not familiar, that's some basically cold medicine.
Sure. That checks out. It's kind of like cold medicine, but it's like flu focused.
It's like It's for like congestion. Nasal congestion, I think, is what it's specifically for. But this is like prescription grade Sudafed.
Okay.
So it's significantly more powerful. It also makes you dizzy and unable to sleep.
Oh, well, that's
what I've learned.
But it clears out the nasal passageways.
Yes.
Right.
I also got some, I forget what it's called, but it's like this liquid, except it's not liquid. It reminds me of syrup, except it tastes horrible.
Nice.
And you're not supposed to swallow it. So it's a lot less like syrup. But the viscosity is much like syrup.
Okay.
Except you're kind of supposed to swoosh it around in your mouth to kind of numb out your mouth, numb out your throat.
Whoa.
Because one of my major symptoms was a sore throat.
Yeah.
So to make that feel a little better, he's just like, all right, you're just not going to feel it at all.
Right.
So
yeah, I can make that go away.
Numbs it out. The difficulty is if you've ever tried to swish around syrup in your mouth, it does not work very well. So it was not great. I did throw up immediately after using it the first time because of how terrible it tasted and how awful it was. We kind of got the hang of it.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of one symptom and then I'm going to add one right back. That's what I'm going to do.
It's kind of a net neutral.
Net zero. Yikes. And
then we also got the basics. Got some ibuprofen.
Okay.
Got some Advil.
Dang. He was dealing. He was dealing.
That was not from him.
Okay.
The other two things were ibuprofen and Tylenol were not. But yeah. Anyway, I'm feeling much better now.
Well, that's good.
It's been about 4 days or so since going to the health center.
Yeah. 4 days without a
terrible experience.
Yeah.
It really took me out of commission for the better part of a week and a half, which was not great.
I know. Yeah. You're saying it was holding you back on the, so you're doing your finals and whatnot, wrapping up the semester.
It was wrapping up during finals week, making it pretty difficult to finish my final paper.
Yeah. Which I would say,
the Sudafed helps with that.
Okay.
Especially when it doesn't allow you to go to sleep. You can just crank that out.
Right. Sudafed is the new Xanax is what I've heard. And I might just have to keep that around for next semester. We'll see.
I'm not sure that I had the flu.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not a doctor. I said it before. I said it earlier, probably about 5 minutes ago. But I didn't have a cough at all. No cough.
Okay.
Not really a runny nose at all. Just sort of congestion in the nasal passage.
We just need to get a doctor on, frankly. So, hit us up.
Listen, I will take the diagnosis, but I'm skeptical.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I'll take your drugs.
I feel like every time I've had the flu, which might have been never, but every time
I've had it,
I imagine the flu. You have a cough. And I seriously haven't coughed a single time.
Seriously.
From this illness. I mean, I've coughed, but just like normally.
Right. Well,
how you might normally cough.
That's how they get you. It sneaks up on you like that. You think, it's just a normal cough.
You've never coughed. Doctor says you didn't cough a single time.
Yeah.
You're like, I guess I coughed like once or twice. Oh, that's the flu.
Yeah.
That's the flu.
That's where those forms trip me up. Even disregard like family history, all that stuff. It'll be like, in the past 6 months, have you experienced any of the following? And it's like headaches. And it's like, okay, well,
I guess my head hurt a little.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that I don't have a neurological problem because of that.
Did they ask you how many hours you spend on a screen?
That was not one of the questions, no.
Okay. That's I know. They asked me that one, or they did at the doctor I used to go to. Now they're saying
the
you
nurse
can't go to the pediatrician anymore. That sort of thing.
I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
The nurse did. Maybe he suspected something. Maybe it's because I told him I'm a computer science major.
Okay.
He did tell me about this app that he downloaded on his phone, which I'm completely forgetting the name of now.
Okay.
But it changed all of the light emitted from his phone from like a blue hue to an orange hue.
Okay. I have that on my phone.
You do
I
have
like
that.
a blue light filter on pretty much all the time.
I
so
don't.
You should really look into
Does it
that.
work? That's what he said.
It might be contributing to your symptoms.
That's exactly what he said.
I mean, it does work to an extent. I don't know. I mean, my background's orange, so that kind of helps. But it doesn't like eliminate all blues, but it definitely changes them up. Like if you put it next to another phone, you're like, Nathan, your phone's broke.
I feel like I like the color blue, so I don't know that I'm gonna
I hate it personally. I don't like it.
I've always known that about you.
Yeah, exactly. Fun blue fact for you. Blue, and look, I learned this in a university course. Okay, so this isn't even internet knowledge.
All right.
But I don't know. I didn't like get it from a textbook. Well, because pretty much every time I say a fact, I try to think about, now, does this actually make sense before I say it? And it's like,
it's a really good kind of principle to live by.
Yeah.
I wish more people were like that.
I end up adding a lot of qualifiers like right before I say something. It's like, well, I actually don't know if this is true. Like I go in strong. I'm like, oh, this is such a fun fact. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is too fun. Anyway, fun fact, definitely reputable. Blue as a color like wasn't recognized until like, I don't know how recently, more recently than the Greeks or something like that. Or maybe in the Greek times. I don't know. But like before that, blue was just thought to be like in the middle of white and black. Like it was just thought to be a neutral color because the sky is blue.
I feel like they should just look up. I don't know what the problem is.
Well, yeah, it's like they saw that, but they just thought it was like neutral. They didn't like ascribe it to its own color of blue. So that's a fun fact. That's a fun fact for you, Ryan. So I try to live more like the Greeks in that way and kind of just filter it out of my phone.
Sure. Very cultured.
Yeah. Thank you. Trying to get back to my heritage.
Yeah, you are Greek.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Gentry. It's a very Greek name. But anyway, I am sorry to hear about your struggles there. I'm glad you're feeling better. I've been having some struggles of my own just to really get into it.
We don't have to.
No, hey, I want to.
Oh, okay. Sure, go ahead.
No, so I was heading home. I wrapped up my finals and everything last week, which was exciting. Glad to be done with the semester. Just one left, which is pretty crazy. But anyway, I'd wrapped things up on Wednesday. I was heading home Thursday, as you know, and was packing stuff up. Didn't start packing until the day of, which is kind of my MO. So I ended up getting out a little bit later than expected. But anyway, was heading home and made a little bit of a pit stop there on the way home. In that I stopped kind of in a pit, so to speak. I ran off the road.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I know. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. So on
crazy
Thursday,
that you still have your license,
right? Right. I will be reporting this. So, yeah, no, it pretty wild. I not intentional, clearly.
For most people, it isn't.
Didn't think that would be the way to go. So Thursday, to kind of set the scene here, we got flurries falling from the sky. So it's a cold day, snowy day, and I'm
Obscured
driving.
Vision.
Right. Not too much, but the conditions were actually great.
Great conditions. No reason for me to go off the road, to be honest.
No, I was driving out. I was like, this is a lovely kind of winter scene. It's a nice little Christmassy time going on.
You're looking at the sights, not really looking at the road in front of you.
No, I mean, so first off, I made the turn correctly. I got on the right highway. And so I was feeling pretty accomplished.
You're already feeling better. You're doing better than last time.
Exactly. But I was going along, got some music going, and I come along, and as I'm going, first off, we got some snow kind of blowing across the road. We got some strong winds and whatnot. And then I see like what looks like kind of tire tracks, like kind of wet tire tracks on the road. And I drive past and like nothing really too bad. Those kind of go away. But I'm kind of watching out. And then I come up on a new set of tire tracks. And I don't know exactly what happens, but all of a sudden, like I start fishtailing on them.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Yeah.
Pretty scary.
And it was. At first, I didn't really process what was going on. I'll say that because like I just thought, like if you've got a strong enough wind, it'll kind of like blow against you a little bit. And so I just thought I was getting like, rocked
Jostled.
a little bit. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, that's how you want to do it. Okay, we can play that way.
Sure.
And so I try to make adjustments. And that's when things were like, oh, this isn't quite like normal. I honestly, at first, I thought I was in a dream because I was like, you know how in a dream you'll try to do things and like it just won't be like what you expect.
Sure.
Like you'll try to run and then you'll like move. You'll like be at a snail's pace. It's like that where I was like trying to steer and just like it wasn't doing what I was expecting, and I'm like,
I must be dreaming.
I don't know what's going on right now. Like I am struggling to comprehend what's going on. Also contributing to that is I had a very calm song playing on the radio. It was
Did
kind
not
of a
match
nice
the vibe at all.
I mean, it was very calming.
We did a music change.
Yeah.
A music change.
Something maybe more up tempo, maybe a little bit more suspenseful. No, I mean, I was just kind of vibing here as I was losing control of my car. Just a very vibey scene. And it was also because like it wasn't just a completely frozen over. You have these tire tracks. It was that might not have helped me. It probably wouldn't have helped me if it was completely frozen over. But I think with the tire tracks, it was difficult to judge because it was like your tires are alternating between like slickness and grabbing the road and whatnot. And so like all these like small changes that you're doing are like having very different effects. And so long story short, just kind of couldn't keep it on the road. To put it like that. Sure. Ended up kind of sliding off.
You pulled over in a very unceremonious manner.
Yeah. It was or maybe more ceremonious than usual.
It certainly made people stop and look.
More kind of hardcore. Yeah. But anyway, I slide off the road and end off like the back of my car ends up sliding out first. And so I'm kind of like sliding off and I end up going down the hill. There's kind of a hill off to the left going down backwards, which I guess would maybe be preferred. You got a little bit of, I don't know. You're supposed to keep infants traveling backwards in the car, right?
I don't see how that relates.
Well, it's like, it's probably because of a safety measure, right?
Maybe
like that's probably a safer way to do it. I don't know. That I'm just making connections right now. But anyway, ended up being very fortuitous in terms of my landing spot. I ran into some trees, but they were quite small. So they ended up just kind of cushioning slowing me to a stop.
Good, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually when people run into trees, it's a lot worse. But.
Yeah. I mean, it was surprising for sure. Really all the damage, obviously I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm healthy and safe and all that. As is all my stuff. My car just has like a little dent and the taillight cover got broken, but like all the lights are fine. So, I mean, it was very fortunate.
Exhilarating.
I
might try it again.
Yeah. I mean, I see why people do roller coasters now. I think I might try.
Sure.
No, not
so how did you get out of the ditch?
Right. So that's a good question. Because I was like, well, maybe I can just drive out of this.
Sure.
It seems like everything's fine. I haven't gotten out of my car.
First try.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, let's just see what we can do. It did not. My tires just kind of spun. And my car also didn't help me out.
I wish they would have done that on the road.
Right, right. Exactly. Yeah, I would try to like accelerate, but something about my car's like safety systems or something like that. After I got past a certain level of acceleration, it was like it basically
You
you're
gotta
like
chill out, dude.
You're done. We're shutting you down. And it's like, okay, but it felt like I was close to going. So that's kind of unfortunate. So I'm like, all right, that's not really working. I try opening my door, and that was a little bit of it. It wasn't immediately opening, just because like I was really sandwiched in between these two trees, and so like opening my door, I'm just opening it into a tree. So I'm like, let's just hold off on that for now. We'll see. we'll get into it eventually, but I did end up getting out and like walking around and looking at what we got. And so I was like, well, it seems like my car is pretty much staying here. Luckily, this guy had seen what had happened to me, and I pulled over, and he's just kind of shouting. He's like, yo, I've called the authorities, so they'll be taking away your license shortly.
Good. That's very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And you good, sir.
Yeah. But anyway, so this sheriff's, I don't know. I was talking with him later, and I was like, are you a policeman? He's like, well, we're with the sheriff. And he's like, all right, well, that's not really a title. So it's like, I guess, are you a sheriff's deputy? I don't know. We'll call him that. But he showed up, did all the legal stuff. And he's like, all right, we've got tow trucks on the way. Apparently someone else also slid off the road at a similar spot. So
that's fortunate for you.
I feel somewhat justified.
Really unfortunate for them.
Right. Right. And so the tow truck was coming up. But I ended up just kind of waiting there for a while. Being pretty
playing games
honestly,
on your phone.
Right. Yeah. Downloading some games, some mobile games and whatnot, Clash of Clans and whatnot. No, I was just kind of hanging out with this guy until the tow truck came up. Then we got, probably an hour or two passes at this point, just between all these people showing up, and get hooked up to the tow truck. There's this kind of younger guy who's with the tow crew, and he's like, nice parking job. And it's like, well, okay. It's like you probably
probably waiting all day to do that.
Yeah. You say that to everyone, huh? Probably. No, it was all in good fun. But I was like, all right, was that necessary?
Obviously I wasn't trying to park there, dude.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, no, yeah. I was like, I don't even know what to say. It's like, yeah, I saw, it's like, yeah, these trees look like a good spot. I don't know. Anyway, but they get me out of there, and this I see now why people carry cash with them, because tow truck only takes cash. So I'm like, yeah, I can't really pay you for this. Which, okay, I feel like tow trucks, are they owned by the state? I feel like tow trucks should be in that kind of monopoly kind of area.
Public utility.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm going to start, let's say I start up a tow truck company. You show up, here's what happens, okay? You show up, you attach it to someone's car, you pull them up the hill, and then you're like, all right, that'll be this much, that'll be $125. And it's like, you really could have just said any amount. You could have said any amount, and I wouldn't have any recourse, I feel like. Mm-hmm. So it seems like there's got to be some sort of regulation or something, because they could absolutely just gouge me out the wazoo.
Yeah, I feel like there probably is some sort of regulation.
I would hope so. But similar to
not
like
that you would know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know my rights. Anyway, didn't have cash, which even if I had cash, would I have had $125? I don't know. But luckily I was like half a mile from this town. So first off, again, also a benefit of where I crashed, because like I could have just been out in the middle of nowhere, and it's like no one's around. But yeah, it was like half a mile from this gas station. And so I walk in and I'm kind of like looking around. The tow truck guy's going with me because we had agreed to go to this gas station to get cash. And so I'm like, all right. So I'm walking in, not really seeing any sort of ATM or something like that. So I go to the cash register or to the attendant. Well, basically, so this is where I don't know exactly.
Did you buy anything?
What I said. Okay. You're getting out of here.
Sorry.
Because what I thought I said was, can I get cash here? But I might have said, can I get cash back here? I don't know. But I wanted to just say, like, is this a place where I can get cash? And she's like, yeah, but you've got to buy something. So I'm like, okay. So I went and picked up some donut holes.
Nice.
Just because it was pretty much the first thing. I was like, all right, we can get this. And so I go to the cash register and
I'm gonna need 125 cash back.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it pops up with the cash back prompt, and the max is $20. And I'm like,
no. So okay, you got to do this quite a few times.
I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'll just keep doing this. No. And so I buy my donut holes. I get my $20. And then the tow truck guys are like, yeah, there's an ATM right over there if you want to use it. It's like, oh, okay. That would have been nice to know when you walked in with me. So then I go to the ATM. Now, the difference is the ATM, it'll charge you a fee to withdraw the cash. And so it's like,
it's not a donut hole fee.
Yeah.
But it is.
I mean, at least with the cash back, I'm getting stuff. You know, I might as well. Let's do 7 transactions. I'll just get 7 things of donut holes.
Like, I see the ATM, but hold on. Let me cook.
It's kind of, yeah. Hey, let me cook. Yeah. So I did end up going with the ATM because just like, I can't do this. My dignity is.
They're waiting on me.
Yeah, that would be inconsiderate. And so I did just go with the ATM in the end. And then at that point, I had to go for $140. So then I had to make change. And then the register attendant is like, I can't tell. I think she was joking with me, or like maybe she actually wanted some money, or I don't know, because I gave her a 20 and I was like, can I get 4 5s? And then she said 3 5s. I'm like, no, 4 5s. I would like to double down.
4 times
here.
5.
It's like, is this something I should be tipping for? I don't know. The square has ruined me on this. But she was also just kind of a jokester in general. So I was like, I don't know if you're joking with me. That was a good one, but I can't tell.
Like, I'm in a really stressful situation right now. If you could just lay off the jokes, that'd be appreciated. All right.
Right. Jokes at my expense. That's not much. But anyway, we got that sorted out. I'm now carrying some amount of cash, but not enough to pay for a tow truck. So.
Good. I hope not. Being able to pay for 2 tow trucks in a short period of time would be very concerning.
But anyway, so I went back. I still had some friends that were around, so
you went back to Lincoln.
I did. Just because it was kind of dark at that point. Like, it had been a while. Mm-hmm. Much time had passed. It's like, we'll just head back. We'll try it again.
Tomorrow.
Take 2. Yeah, exactly. We'll run it back. Which, I mean, it presents an opportunity to really face, grow personally.
Yeah.
Analyze
what you did wrong.
Right.
Make the corrections.
On that second trip back, we're leaning in to everything that happened last time. It's like, I'm not afraid of doing this,
Yeah.
And so
was that particularly nerve-wracking, passing the same spot as before?
No, maybe I mean, it was, I guess, a little bit nerve-wracking.
This is where it happened.
And that I was trying to like look and see what kind of damage I left. And then I was like, I should probably keep my eyes on the road here. I don't want to. I don't want to do another thing at
in the same spot.
Yeah, the road conditions were much better the next day, so we made it back fine. But we're playing the same songs. We're passing the same point. It's like, come at me.
Yeah, you're practically begging fate. I'm glad you're all right. That is a scary experience. It's stressful, but I'm glad that you overcame it. Seems like you're dealing with the repercussions in the coming days. So
I mean, it should be good on the whole. I would say, I don't know. I would like to think that, I don't know. I don't know if I've appropriately dealt with it necessarily. I don't know. I felt like I was phased to some extent. Were you
inappropriate?
I was a little bit crude in my in my dealing with it. No, I don't know. I guess I just wasn't. After you come to a stop, you're like, well, I'm safe. So there's nothing really. I don't know. That's not to say that.
Were you trying to say? Do you wish you were more urgent about it, or more like put together, or what?
No. I feel like I maybe was not as hectic.
Oh, you wish you were more hectic.
Well, I don't know if I wish I was more hectic, but I just don't know if I've appropriately dealt with.
You haven't processed it.
The stress.
It's going to hit trauma. You over the next couple days.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, well, as I was going down the hill, it was like, well, we're going down a hill. It's that sort of thing.
Sure.
But we'll see. I mean, on the whole, I was pretty pleased. You always wonder how are you going to handle a situation such as that? And I will say, like, I had it pretty good. So, it's not like there was much to be.
I'd say I handled it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much to handle, really. I don't know. There wasn't. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But I don't know. Just, I guess, thankful for how things have turned out. And, the podcast lives on. And that's really what I was thinking about in those moments of fear. It's like, man, what's going to happen next Wednesday? I don't know. But here we are, episode 29. We still keep it coming. We keep it coming.
We do. In the face of adversity, we do not stop. We don't let up.
In the face of
we accelerate.
Exactly. In the face of
strep, that wasn't strep. That turned out to be the flu.
Yeah.
That might not be the flu.
Right. We will never
overcome
know.
It.
Yes, we do. So it's good time.
Possible business idea. Just gonna throw this out there. Maybe this will help you recoup that $125 plus however much more you had to pay.
Right.
Tow truck company that you can pay with credit.
Oh my goodness. Why aren't they doing that?
Square point of sale system going.
Why aren't they doing that, honestly?
Some sort of, Apple Pay system or digital wallet. I don't know. There's a lot of options out there. I'm surprised that they're not on board.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the benefit is with cash, you don't have to report it or something. I don't know.
I don't know if that's kind of an underhanded benefit, but
if that's in your accounting class, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that I can think. I mean, and I guess you avoid credit companies.
Service
they take
fees.
A percentage. Yeah, exactly. Sure. So I guess that could be, but
how much there is a certain cost associated with following a victim to a gas station and watching them take out the money to then pay you in cash. You got gas costs, you got time costs.
Yeah.
With all of that too. So
exactly. That's brilliant.
It's a cost benefit analysis for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how you account for going with man to gas station to withdraw money in the books, but
it's not necessarily something that they teach you in the official classes. In the unofficial classes, they do.
Sure.
But hey, fair enough. Ryan, I guess we've talked about this a bit, but I've continued using the OpenAI chatbot to an extent. I will say my usage has died off. I guess for anyone who doesn't know, this is new artificial intelligence kind of website or bot, whatever, chatbot as it would be explained, where you can type in anything and it'll generate basically whatever you want. There are some limits, and there are ways to get around those limits that people have found. But on the whole, it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive, at least at first glance.
Yes.
Because last week, I was asking it some questions. We're studying for finals, and so we're using it as a study tool.
Great.
Why?
I've seen a lot of people do that.
Yeah, exactly. Some people are using it as a testing tool, actually. So you could say that. But you'll type in a question, and it's like, I kind of know the answer, and then it spits out an answer, very confident, very incorrect.
Very
it's like,
wrong. Completely
okay, so
wrong.
what's going on right now? It's like, Chatbot, I feel like
you've misled me.
Chatbot is a compulsive liar. We need to call it what it is, frankly.
Yeah. Pathological even.
It's like you need to stop. You need to stop this right now because you're losing friends over this. Okay, I can't stop. I can't keep supporting you.
You've lost a friend in me.
Right, exactly. Exactly. It's hurtful for one. And you got to stop, frankly. You got to it does say the answers may be incorrect, but it's like, at least be a little unsure here. It says it and you read it. And if you don't know anything, you're like, wow, that's such sound logic right there.
Sure.
And then you actually look it up. Like, wow, I just
couldn't have been more wrong.
I feel so betrayed. Yeah. You're exactly wrong. You're on the complete other side of the issue.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah, I've definitely seen examples of that.
Yeah.
On Twitter, it's got some great highs.
It does.
Some terrible lows.
The highs of the highs. Yeah.
Yeah. Peaks and valleys, as always.
It'll write you a rap battle. But it won't tell you, some intricate computer science topic. And it's like, I don't understand.
Sure. Very different things.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like the danger is that it feels like Google search, it feels like, and this is the glory of it, is you type in a question. It's like when you type in a question to Google and it pops up with the info card. And it's like, oh, this is just what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It feels like that, but every single time, you type in and it just gives you a nice, easy to read, succinct kind of answer. And so it feels great. And then it just really crashes you down. So
sure.
It's a tough one. But I believe in it. I believe in the power of redemption there. And I'll keep going back and seeing.
Hopefully it hears your message.
Yeah.
And decides to change for the better.
It says, Chatbot, you got to stop doing this. And it says, I don't know what you're talking about. That actually is true. And it's like, no, you can't. Don't gaslight me, Chatbot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we gotta have a serious talk about this. So I just feel like it's getting more confident and less correct. And I feel like that's a concern.
It's becoming more human, maybe.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I just learned this from you, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You want to come at me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come at the guys that I learned this from.
Right. Yeah.
Which is millions of sources from the internet aggregated to a point where you cannot possibly track down where the original logic came from.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard you can ask it to cite sources, but then it'll just give you a link that doesn't exist. And it's like,
all right.
It's like,
now we're back in high school.
Okay. That's worse. That's where, yeah, exactly. It's like I bet you won't check to make sure that this is correct.
Sure.
I bet you won't. And it's like, no, I just did. And it's a 404. So you can't blame me like that. But it is interesting, people are trying to use it for schoolwork. And one kind of thought one article I came across was talking about this student in New Zealand. And she used it to write one of her essays. And the school was like, I don't really know about this. And she's like, what do you mean? This is just like spell check. This is just like spell check. It's like, well, I don't know.
No, I don't think it is.
I would say with spell check, and maybe back in the day, spelling was super important. And it's like, you gotta make sure that your spelling is tip top shape. or you won't be taken seriously. But this, it seems like these aren't even your ideas. So, spell check never has changed what I think. This makes me not even have to think. And I feel like that's a pretty big difference there.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, shout out to that. Shout out to the robots.
Yeah. This is the win for the robots.
Probably. You the real ones. Don't come at me like that.
Humans, we're going to need to step up our game.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Pretty dramatically.
We need a win. We need a win for the humans. Come on. The kind of to counterbalance that, I took in some of the human arts recently. Watched my
These
friend
weren't the
Kieran.
AI arts?
These weren't the AI arts. No.
Okay, cool.
I went to some human ballroom dancing competitions. Not competitions. It was a recital.
You say human barn dancing?
No. Ballroom dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Barroom dancing.
That's why I was confused, because I think that's also a thing.
I think so. Yeah. No, absolutely. That
I
would
just
also
want to clarify.
I've got that on the schedule for coming up.
Okay,
but,
cool.
No, my friend Kieran is on the ballroom dance, the ballroom dance company, as they're called. So they've got the official Inc. Title, LLC, something like that. But
not sure. That's
yeah. It was a great time. I feel like, that's what we need to do. That's how we get a win for the humans, frankly, is trying to support things that I don't think AIs will be dancing anytime soon. So take that, and especially not dancing, ballroom dance to punk rock, for example. That is not something that I would expect to see. And I didn't expect to see, but I was pleasantly surprised. You'd be surprised how well Green Day goes with ballroom dancing. It's like they were meant for each other. But anyway, so that's just been kind of another little highlight. That was a while ago, but
I wish can I just say, going back to them being called a company.
Yeah.
It's a great tragedy of the modern day age that corporations have co-opted the word company for primarily their own use. Back in the day, company was just kind of like a group of people.
Sure.
I mean, you still say, I'm hanging out with some good company.
Right.
But no one
I say
says
that all the time.
no one's saying, hey, me and my company.
Right.
Which is just you and your group of buddies,
right,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
yeah. I mean, I say we try to take back from the corporations.
Yeah.
Me and my LLC, we're just hanging out, and
well, that's a limited liability corporation. I'm not entirely sure we can take that back.
Oh, we can, and we will. Okay, they took company. We got to fight. We got to fight back. We got to take their terms. We got to take their terminology.
Yeah.
When you're hanging out by yourself, it's like, I'm just having an S corp kind of moment.
Sure. Me and my S corporation are going to be hanging out later.
Yeah, exactly. I guess one thing that I'm on a little bit of a hiatus of over break here is I'm looking for the perfect snack, or the ultimate snack. Do I think I'll find it? I don't know. And I don't think there's a snack. Ideally, right? You find a snack where it's like, I'll eat this at any time, and like I'll be happy. And that's ideal. I don't think that's possible. Do you think that's possible, right?
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I would say probably not.
You don't think so? Yeah, I mean, it would be great, but I know after so many months on this journey, I feel like I'm kind of coming to the realization that, sometimes you're just feeling different things, and that's okay.
Sometimes you have different cravings, and different foods satisfy those cravings. One thing I really don't like that word, by the way.
You don't like cravings?
No, and I just said it twice in one sentence.
And then I just said it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Get it out of you.
Watch out.
Yeah.
I've kind of struggled with this personally. If I can just share this with you.
Please don't let me stop you.
And that and during the semester I would get a lot of snacks. And the thing is, a a lot of the typical snacks that I'm going for, we've got pretzels, specifically of the chocolate covered variety. Those are some of my go-to snacks.
Yeah. I'm sorry you're struggling with that.
Yeah, I know it's a real problem. I've actually got some right here, and
oh my gosh,
it's a concern. It's a concern. But I would also, I don't know if I talked with you about the popcorners.
You have.
I think I have. Yeah. About my journey with those. That's really the story of the century.
Kind of the terrible popcorners versus the really good ones. Right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I started out with the nacho cheese variety, and I'm like, these are bad. I'm never gonna have these again. Mm-hmm. And then they roped me back in.
Yeah.
With the white cheddar.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't tell if these are good or bad. And then I saw the kettle corn variety, and I'm like, I think I found it.
The just right kind of the Goldilocks situation.
The issue is, I can just smash through one of those in,
one sitting.
Sub 30 minutes.
Sub 30 minutes.
Just absolutely going.
Sub-zero temperatures.
And so what we see is that I get these snacks that are more traditionally snacks as opposed to other things.
Mm-hmm. And you're eating them as food. As meals.
Yes. No. That's not really the issue. I mean, I guess partially, but it's more so that I just go through them very quickly, and then I no longer have it. I no longer have snacks on hand. And it's like, I just am always going through them. And so kind of towards the end of the semester, I got a jar of peanut butter, and I'm like, we're going to try this out. What if we just had peanut butter as the snacks? Because the thing about peanut butter, you can't just go through a jar.
You can't. It's really hard. Sitting.
I would say that's quite difficult to do.
Sure.
I mean, hey, if you've done it, hey, more power to you. But
and please provide proof.
Don't know that I can personally.
Yeah.
And so that one lasted me about a week, and that was good. The issue is that it's not quite as enjoyable.
No, just eating raw peanut butter. I would say no, probably not.
Yeah, like it's not bad.
Maybe do some crackers in there or something.
Yeah, I guess what's your advice to me
on eating raw peanut butter?
No, yeah, yes. I mean,
don't do it.
What's kind of your strategies? What's kind of your how do you approach things? I personally found that I would try to scoop it off in slight increments so that I always kept a level surface.
I would say use that more as an adhesive rather than a raw application.
Okay, so not even as a snack, just kind of in your day-to-day life.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
In terms of, I don't know, I'm the worst person you could come to with this because I also I go snack crazy.
He goes crazy.
I'm a snack fanatic. I'm a no, that doesn't even work at all.
I'm a Snickers. I'm a Snickers bar.
I was trying to merge snack fanatic.
Okay, I thought you were going for stochastic, and that's. I don't think it's a random snack eating kind of situation. I'm having
snack attacks like pretty much every day.
Oh my goodness! Watch out.
That's every day. Every hour.
Heart palpitations. That's just the snack attacks.
I've recently gotten into. Gotten into these bad boys. Not sure if you've had these.
Oh, the Scooby snacks.
Basically, I've literally having a Scooby snack attack.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the Scooby graham crackers. The graham crackers are outrageous at the C-store.
They're outrageous.
Yes.
Outrageously
it's
expensive.
Unbelievable. Because yes, I was like, I'm going to go for some graham crackers.
Rage.
I mean, I'm genuinely thinking about taking something up with the FCC or FTC, whichever one.
Yeah.
Probably more so the FTC.
Price gouging.
I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable. I think one of the top 5 most expensive things in the C-store, and that's including like 50 packs of pizza rolls, like entire meals. And then you've got this $9 box of graham crackers. And it's
I'm just telling you, that's supply and demand. All right. You want to know why they're so expensive? It's because everybody wants them. All right.
I guess. I don't know. I mean,
you want them. I want them. Everybody wants them.
I feel like in general, the price at the C-store aren't actually that much more than like elsewhere. There are some exceptions, and graham crackers have got to be the grossest of them all.
Yeah.
Because I was at Target. I was at Target. I was disgusting. I was at Target and I saw the box of graham crackers. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. I'm going to get that. I pick it up. I start carrying it around and I'm like, they probably have it at the C-store. So I put it back. But it's like $4 at Target and it's like over $8 at the C-store. I'm like, that's a full meal swipe.
200% increase.
Yeah, this is not a full meal. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I don't know what they expect me to do. Not eat graham crackers.
Probably not buy them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's unbelievable. I still haven't gotten over it, frankly.
It's outrageous.
I guess the other thing is just to try to stop snacking. And that's probably a benefit.
That's probably the best option.
Yeah.
Maybe just wait. Don't have as many snacks.
Yeah.
Probably eat at the 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
Maybe snack once in between the longer interval between.
Yeah.
And keep it to a minimum.
Yeah, I know.
Or keep going on your crusade for the best snack out there.
Yeah. And you can face the consequences for that. But yeah, one time we had an assignment in my I think it was one of my machine learning classes, and it was like surveying different vices that students had or whatever. And it was like,
different
drinking,
vices. Okay.
like getting drunk.
Gambling.
Yeah, sure. Something like that. Gambling. There was like another one. And then snacking was one of them. And I'm like, what's going on here? Why is this one of the vices? But I might be saying why now. As I'm facing.
You made fun of it then.
But soon they see. Soon they see.
Now it's making fun of you.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what's going on. I'm considering doing this program called Exodus 90, which starts up partway through January, and it's another one of those.
Are you cutting out snacks entirely from your life?
Well, that's one of the points.
Is that one of the 90 points?
Yeah, there are 90 of them. They're pretty difficult to keep track, but you can't do anything else with your day, actually. No, the idea is that it lasts for 90 days.
Gotcha.
But no snacking is one of them. Abstaining from meat is also one of them for 2 days a week, I think. So
okay. I can't even do it for 1 day a week.
I may be joining you on the no meat.
You will be joining no one. Because
You've given it up.
Quite abandoned for the better part of a month now.
Okay. I think it's behind us. It's in gone.
We have left that in No Night November.
Okay. Yeah. Things to leave behind in 2022.
Yep.
Meatless Mondays.
Becoming a healthier person. We're leaving that behind in 2022.
Leave it in the past. Go Goblin Mode in 2023. One thing that I've been meaning to ask you about, seeing as we are past December 1st, if we rewind to a topic of conversation earlier, you had mentioned that you had considered applying to grad schools. And a lot of those deadlines were December 1st.
Sure.
Is that something that you ended up following through with?
No.
Or deciding was, okay, you decided.
We did not follow. We didn't decide either.
Okay.
We just didn't do anything.
Okay. It was decided for you.
It was.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about deadlines is if you can't make the decision, they make one for you.
It'll get off your to-do list.
Don't even have to make the decision.
Yeah. Oh, it's so easy. Yeah. I'm making decisions left and right.
Yeah, I wish more people did this.
I'm going to start becoming aware of deadlines that I can't even participate in just so that I can feel more accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
Definitely.
But
so yeah, we did not apply anywhere.
Okay.
And that's how it's been. We will be applying for some jobs over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how that goes. But
yeah,
that's about all I've got on that front. It did kind of exciting. I was actually going to apply this week, but the sickness.
Okay.
Has actually kind of taken a toll on that.
Yeah.
I just can't put my best foot forward when I can barely get out of bed. Put any feet forward.
Yeah. The thing with jobs is that you've got so many more deadlines there, either written or unwritten, and the post just goes away. And so I feel like you're going to accomplish a lot over the next months here. But good luck.
Thank you.
Obviously, you're a very accomplished coder,
Sure.
as I'm sure you would like to be referred to.
Is this an interview? Are we?
Yeah. And yeah, why don't you just tell me about a time when you had an interpersonal conflict with the team?
Well, everybody, thanks for listening. I'm glad you guys could join us on our latest episode. Leave a like, leave a rating, leave a comment if you feel so inclined. Feel free to review us on Apple Podcasts. We would appreciate the feedback. But yeah, we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
You really think you can just dodge my question like that?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
One interpersonal conflict. I tried to end the episode and Nathan would not.
And I ended up ending the podcast instead.
Yeah.